Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of With All Due Respect. We are your hosts. I'm Ryan Shead. That's Marcus Flowers. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Hey everybody. Sorry we've been off for a couple of weeks. We both had some issues going on in our personal lives. I had some surgery I had to get taken care of. It got me out for a couple of weeks, but we're back and ready to go now.
Life has definitely been lifing.
It's been lifing hard these last couple of weeks, let me tell you.
Yeah, man. So unfortunately, we have to start today's show with a little breaking news, which is Charlie Kirk was apparently shot at. We're waiting for some more updates. He was at an event in Utah where apparently one of the topics he was discussing was transgender mass shootings, and apparently somebody shot at him. So
it says Trump ally Kirk shot at event, and this is breaking news right now. So I think it's like 9 or 10 minutes in. We got this as we're coming up.
Literally 2 minutes before. So we've got our production crew seeing for the updates. So we will keep you updated throughout the show if anything new comes out through the hour. And I think I speak for Marcus and myself when I say, of course, we don't wish this on anybody, violence on anybody. When we advocate for some type of common sense gun legislation, we advocate for it for everybody, for all Americans.
Right.
So, if Charlie Kirk ends up being okay, I hope maybe he'll join the fight against gun control. Right. So, but definitely hoping that, it isn't too bad, or, he's fine. So
Sticky Nugs, we have no idea what happens. All we know is what we just reported at the moment. And he was shot at an event in Utah. We're going to be, again, our producers are going to be following that, and we'll let you know if anything comes up during the show, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of news.
It really speaks to the level everybody's at right now.
Right.
The political discourse, the divide, the hate that's being pushed, no matter what side it's coming from. It's just, this is what happens when we stir the pot and we don't come up with any kind of real solutions.
Absolutely.
So, it's just another sad day here in America where people are getting shot for no good reason, for basically their opinion.
Exactly. I was literally at with the Young Dems of Georgia this weekend doing a panel discussion. The panel discussion was entitled "Don't Drink the Kool-Aid," and it was about talking with conservatives or MAGA voters and having, like a normal conversation, listening. For me, it was all about getting the point across to young Democrats who want to have these discussions with people, whether it be family members, whether it be just strangers that they encounter who are MAGA, remembering people's humanity.
Yeah.
And depolarizing, having the conversation, not taking the bait. When you hear all of the bullshit that they're going to throw at you to infuriate you, we've got to regulate our emotions. We got to be the adults in the room, have a civil conversation, listen to them, pivot, talk about how you feel about things, and try and show those people that you have and see them as human, that you have humanity about you and you see them as human and you want them to see you as the same. When you can get to that place, then we can start tamping down some of the white hot rhetoric, and maybe people won't get shot or shot at over their political views. That should never be happening.
No.
We've seen it time and time again in this country. So
I love the way you put that. These are times where we need people that are going to be the adults in the room and say, okay, enough's enough. And even myself, I've even toned down my political rhetoric because I see how divisive things are, and I don't necessarily want to be a part of it. It's different when you're showing what's happening in the streets. I don't think that's political rhetoric. That's reality.
it's real.
Now, how you context it, that's different. So I try to just put it out there and let everybody kind of watch it and come up with their own like holy crap moment. And so
I think
I've even adjusted how I do things, I think, for that very reason you just said, because we have to be the people that are eventually bringing folks in. And now is a time where apparently not white Americans, but a lot of other Americans are figuring out that Donald Trump probably doesn't have the working class best interest at heart.
no. If you're not seeing that now, then you're being willfully ignorant, or you're just not paying attention.
Watching a different TV show than me, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Speaking of TV shows,
Talk about TVs.
let's move on to Coldplay Kiss Cam. Yeps, we still are talking about it, but hopefully this will be the last time.
The old Kiss Cam.
And for those of you who may not remember, this is the folks that were caught at the Coldplay concert. Apparently, were married. There you go. Thank you to our wonderful Keith.
Yeah.
And so the context here was added by the lady's ex-husband, and he revealed that they had been split up for some time, like months, like 7-8 weeks, something like that. And he had the paperwork to back it up.
Right.
And to me, that changed the context quite a bit, at least for her.
For her, anyway.
For her, him, he still seems like a douche, especially with the way he responded.
He's still the HR manager. He's still the CEO. But
definite. She lost her job. So I mean,
right.
I think in terms of that, you shouldn't have been doing that as the HR manager. But in terms of personally, personal relationships, some happen at work. It is what it is. She was split from her husband, so she can do whatever the hell she wants,
finalized or not. Now,
but old dude, his situation was not as clean cut.
Right.
And his wife is going scorched earth. So,
and rightfully so. I mean,
hey, I'm happy that her ex-husband cared about her enough to at least come out and say, you know what, y'all are calling her names and stuff, and that's not right, because that's not how it actually went down. So slow your roll.
I mean, people still do have a point, because this is just me saying he's still married with a wife and kids.
Oh yeah.
Home.
I'm not absolving her of the moral.
There's still a whole lot of, I don't
messy. It's messy.
Beauty, but there's still a whole lot of there.
For sure. But in terms of cheating on her husband, that wasn't the case for her. But yeah, she definitely.
Her husband coming out and saying, "Hey, look."
But you made a good point. Like, there's still a lot of moral issues there.
Yeah, it's not even ambiguous. It's
not.
There's some moral issues there.
Speaking of moral issues, my friend, let's move on real quick, because I don't want to beat this dead horse. But the Epstein files that just won't go away, and rightfully so. I don't want to see Trump off the hook. He clearly wants off the hook so badly, trying to say, oh, that's not my signature. I didn't send that. Oh, it's so long ago. It's a Democratic hoax. I was an FBI informant. I can't keep up. But apparently the Epstein estate released one of his birthday scrapbooks that he had kept of all the birthday letters he got. And holy shit, was it interesting.
There's a lot there. There's definitely a lot there.
Bro. I mean, and he's trying to say that's not his signature. And I love so many people have done the comparisons of like 6-10 signatures that all look the same.
Come on.
And
it's obviously his.
Yeah. I mean, it's the little scribble. It's just not his whole name.
But there was a picture, I think the picture that Caroline Levitt was saying, where it clearly isn't his signature. I think it was talking about a a photo of Epstein with some other guy, really rich guy, I can't remember his name, and a check that's supposedly signed by Trump.
Oh yeah.
It obviously wasn't signed by Trump, but the gist of it is that they were selling this girl to Epstein for $22,000. You know, just leads to, I mean, it all paints a picture that they all knew who this guy was. You know,
for sure.
They knew who he was. They knew he was maybe not a pedophile, but a guy who
they knew he was a predator.
I think this was on his 50th birthday.
Yep.
You know, talking about young women, always around young women, and having
was
this
Alan
sex life that
Dershowitz
they all talked about. Now, whether or not they knew he was having sex with underage girls, that's
the question.
You know, that's the question. And I think that's why a lot of the intrigue is going on. Whether people like Clinton knew that this guy was a predator, or if Trump knew it, which I think Trump probably definitely knew. Based on
I think Clinton probably did too.
And probably, and being a Democrat, and I am a Democrat, we're not afraid to say if our politicians are wrong and they do something wrong, then they deserve what's coming to them.
Yep.
Republicans need to get online and say, the same thing about Trump. So,
and they refuse to.
Yeah.
And I honestly love responding with that, because they're like, what about Clinton? I'm like, fry him too. I don't care. Like, if he's in there and you have proof that he was participating in whatever, I don't care. Send him to jail.
Have that proof. Burn
I'm right in there with you. Hell yeah.
I'm not talking literally, but
no, but hold them accountable.
Hold them accountable.
Yeah. We're not afraid of that. Like, if there's people leading, our side, our party, that are not holding the standards, that are not practicing what they preach, yeah, I want to know. I don't want my kids being in a room or taking my kids to go see somebody speak at a rally and finding out that they're actually a predator. No, let's take care of all of them.
I mean, we've burned several of our guys, senators, even when we needed those senators' votes, when they behaved inappropriately, broke the rules. Or
what was the comedian's name that got ran out because he did the photo where he put his hands on
Al Franken?
Al Franken.
Yeah.
I always look back to that. Whether you agree or disagree with him being run out for that, it's like, look at what the Democrats were willing to do, though, to show that they're not okay with that.
Exactly.
And it's like, but then look what Republicans are willing to vote for. Like, you can't compare. There's no moral comparison between the two parties. There just isn't. You've
got James Comer saying, and these are the stupidest things. He says, the president says he didn't sign it, so I take the president at his word.
Really? Yeah, the felon, business fraud. Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, this is stuff that was 22 years ago, and when it was allegedly sent. And so I don't think Oversight Committee is going to invest in looking up something that was 22 years ago. So you're not going to look up girls being raped.
It was never about the victims, brother.
President and his
never
buddies,
about the victims.
22 years ago. We're not going to look into that. Come on.
But again, they invoke Clinton. It's like, oh, so if it was 22 years ago and it was Clinton,
it's okay.
Let's do it. But it's the hypocrisy. We say it every week on this show. My issue is the hypocrisy. If you guys were living your life like, we're both religious. I don't think you guys are God-fearing people at all, because you don't conduct your life in a way where you fear the judgment that is coming your way.
Oh, on scripture every day of the week, but
but you're not living it. You're not living it. And it's the people that are trying to force their religion on us the most that 8 times out of 10 are living their life completely opposite of what they're projecting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, I'm religious, but if you look at my social media, you wouldn't know it, because my social media is built around politics. Yeah. And so I keep my personal religion out of it as much as possible, unless it's to say I am Catholic and I don't do this. I am not okay with that. That is usually the only time you hear me mention my faith, because it's my faith. And I'm pretty sure Marcus feels the same way. It's like, look, guys, you can't keep using God to justify what you're doing, because there is no justification.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had several conversations with my pastor about this. So, yes, you see me on social media, you see what I talk about in public. I'm not thumping the Bible at anyone. I'm
Nope.
not hiding behind scripture ever. We're having common sense conversations about the state of democracy in this country, about having a democracy in this country and maintaining it, which I think we're one step closer to authoritarianism with everything that's going on with this president, this administration.
That's a fact.
So that's what I talk about publicly. Yep.
But that's why, it's one of the things I've always respected, because you and I do approach our faith in the same way, at least in the public forum. And and I enjoy our conversations offline, around that. But when we talk about doing this show, in any show that we do, we are talking to, our Muslim Americans. We're talking to everybody. I don't care what faith you have. I don't care what God you believe in. It doesn't have to be my God. There's many other gods out there for you to believe in.
Has no impact on how I feel about people.
So. I don't care. I really don't. As long as you're not using that religion as a weapon, I don't care.
Or bending it to your will.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like, that's where we all need to get back to. And we have not just a president, but a political party and administration that are literally pushing bringing prayer back into the schools. Why we have
doing it in Oklahoma.
Oh, but they're starting to push it nationwide. So he's going to sign an executive order 5 days from now, making prayer, mandatory nationwide. Meanwhile, we have kids, 8 and 10-year-olds, getting shot in the face while literally down on their knees in pews, praying to God. Explain that to me.
I mean, it's you can't make sense of it, no matter how you twist your mind into pretzels to try and make it make sense. I think the people that are coming up with it make it make sense. In Oklahoma, a state that I lived in, where they're all about, let's bring guns into the school and let's bring the Bible and the 10 Commandments back into the school. We need to do that. Okay, so you don't believe in the Constitution, do you? You don't believe in the separation of church and state.
Nope.
Okay, so we're no longer America, is what you're telling me. That's what I get from it. That's what I hear. I mean,
I don't know any other interpretation, man.
These are the same people that'll tell you, it begins at home. You're supposed to do X, Y, and Z at home. But no, you're putting it all on the school.
And they love to push public responsibility. Yeah. Like it's just going to take care of itself.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
Not
we got to do something. Yeah. I'm at this point, I'm not sure if we're ever going to get rid of gun violence altogether, but I'm really getting tired of seeing kids get shot while they're at school. Like, I'm really fucking tired of it.
I mean,
so like, we got to do something. And we got to come up with something.
It's the same song and dance every time.
Every time.
We're going to look into this, and these sick individuals, which are usually killed by the police officers who are responding, are brave men and women in law enforcement. So it's always suicide by cop. Go kill a bunch of kids as well, who are.
It's like, I just hate it because like 9 times out of 10 they're taking their own lives. It's like, dude, how about you just start with that? Leave everybody else out of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hate to put it that way, but if that was your end game plan anyway, stop taking people's kids with you.
That'll lead to a whole other conversation about mental health in this country and what we're doing.
Oh yeah, and we don't want to talk about that.
Go down that road for hours. You and I can talk about it. So
yeah,
and how we help people and how we have a little bit more compassion. But now instead we're trying to take away Medicare. And I mean, I just look here in my where I live, the number of here in Georgia, in this northwest part of Georgia, the number of facilities that have closed down over the years here in Georgia, and we're still taking money away, and rural hospitals are still going away for people who could use this help in our community, but we're taking it away from them. And then we wonder why, we have the issues that we have today.
For sure. I mean, for me, I'm very open about it being bipolar. And I've been on medication consistently since 2015. And it's like, now we have John F. Kennedy Jr. and his Muppets out here saying that, SSRIs are causing, mass shootings and all this stuff. And for me, sitting over here knowing that those medications keep me sane, make me a better father, a better husband, a better leader in my community. It's allowed me to coach a soccer team with my kids. Like, I would not have been able to do that without these medications. And I'm not pushing, medications on people. Everybody's journey is your journey. I chose medication because I knew that if I didn't do something, that it was going to get bad. So, to see we have a Secretary of Health pushing that it is bad for you to go seek help and get on these medications is so dangerous. And especially for all the reasons you just mentioned of, we're not going to address the mental health issues. And not only that, we're going to villainize the people that go get the help and actually choose to get on the medications. And we're going to blame those medications for, things, because it couldn't just possibly be the guns and the culture and all these other things. Well, it's just so easy to point at the medication. And by the way, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a 14-year intravenous heroin addict with a brain worm that starved long ago. So how about, and sat in front of Congress and said nobody should take medical advice from him. I literally have the video. So how about we stop listening to this dude and move on?
How about we start letting science dictate things again?
Wouldn't that be
I
nice?
want to go back to
I miss Fauci.
You're a veteran. You've got your VA.
Yeah.
You're in a situation where things are available to you.
Yes.
There's so many people where it's not available to these services. 100%. Are not available, and if it is available, they have to go so far away to get it.
Yep.
And it costs so much, and it becomes not practical. And then you have these people who are out here who, I don't know if you want to use the word snap or, lose it or what. And
they get overwhelmed.
Crimes, which really a lot of times is a cry for help, but,
Well, you get overwhelmed. And I always try to explain it to people. It's overstimulus is what it feels like. And you just get to a point where everything's coming in and you don't know how to handle it. Right. Like, your emotions are all over the place. It's just, you're not responding to things the right way. Like, that's kind of what a manic episode feels like. Mm-hmm. And if you can't control it with medication or, whatever coping skills you come up with, meditation, yoga, whatever, if you can't control that, then that's where the snapping comes from. Then it's like you get to a point where you're just done. And you don't care about yourself. You don't love yourself. And if you don't care and love for yourself, you really aren't capable of caring and loving for anybody else. And that's what the lowest feels like. Mm. And I think, unfortunately, the great point you made, and I'm so glad you said it, people don't have the health care that I have. I am so fortunate that I have VA health care. And for all the complaints that we have, and we should continue advocating for our veterans to have the health care that they deserve, I am very aware that I'm fortunate. And there are a lot of people out there that don't have the care, that can't get the medications as easily, can't afford them. Like you're 100% right. I'm very fortunate. And I think that every American should have the same care and access that I have at a minimum.
I mean, we're the lucky ones. We have that available to us. I mean, it didn't come without a significant amount of sacrifice. We both served the country for 30 years, you in the 20s. And we want to keep the VA. We don't want it privatized and sold off for scrap parts. It's just going to make things worse for veterans. I mean, I think we're fine.
Nobody should make money off of veterans' illnesses.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
I don't know any other way to put it.
That's also another topic that we can.
Yeah, we're going to do a whole show on that one.
Yeah.
But before we move on from Robert F. Kennedy Jr., I think it's worth noting that people aren't really with him on this. Just 1 in 4 Americans believe that he and the Trump administration, that these shifts that they're having on policy and their positions, that it's based in science. It's based in, like you said, it's all based in politics. It has zero merit in science. There's no metric that they've used that makes sense. Like, what is your take?
To be honest, I think RFK Jr. is just making this shit up as he goes, to be honest with you.
100%.
And it's ridiculous. And you've got people following suit, like the Surgeon General down in Florida, taking away vaccines, saying,
and then saying he based it off of the vibe.
Firing the professionals at the CDC. It's batshit crazy, to be honest.
Call it what it is, man. No, it is. It's
nuts.
But I'm glad that
where do you even start with this? It's just craziness that we're having to deal with this. A guy who forget about Robert F. Kennedy. Just look at the data. Look at these childhood diseases like measles and things that are.
Man, I was hoping you were about to rip into Kennedy, man. Come on, give it to me.
I mean, just look at the data.
Yeah.
See the effect. People are dying now.
And speaking of
from measles, which was eradicated.
Yeah, measles. And
it was eradicated. It was gone before these vaccine deniers.
Yeah, these anti-vaccine deniers are going to bring back some nasty diseases for us all to deal with. Speaking of nasty diseases for us all to deal with, I wanted to give you all an update on Charlie Kirk's condition. He has been shot at a university in Utah where he was having one of his speaking engagements, where one of the topics on the agenda apparently was transgender people causing mass shootings. And I guess not long after that, somebody took a shot at him. So we don't have a status on his condition yet, but we will keep you updated as the show goes on. As we said at the top of the show, we aren't sitting here cheering on this dude getting shot. We don't want to see him get martyred and all of that. So, I think the best thing we can hope for from this is maybe we gain a new ally in the gunfight. So with that,
at least on common sense gun reform.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But speaking of common sense,
I'm still looking for updates on that, and I can't see any. But yeah, Nova Sky, the GOP will try to privatize the VA.
Oh, they're trying.
They're already trying.
They're making it. What they're doing is, what was it called? The choice? Is it called the choice program? Or did they? Choice, something like that. But they have this program where you can opt out of the VA and go into the community. And basically what they do is they make it so that it takes you so long to get into the VA, like 4 months, 5 months, and that basically you'll just be like, okay, well, send me to somebody in the community then. And then that sends you into the private sector. Then they start making money off of you, And that's what Republicans and Donald Trump want. So stick around, people. Make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button because Marcus and I, we bring facts. We aren't trying to start a cult. We just like to fact check one. So make sure you tune in every Wednesday to, with all due respect, hit that like, subscribe, and download our podcast, which I believe is available on Apple, Spotify, and all your favorite platforms. So I wanted to take a second and personally apologize to you and pretty much every Black American that showed up, 86+% that showed up to vote for Kamala and didn't vote for the felon, fraud, abuser, apparently white people just are fucking evil. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Trump has gained 8 percentage points among white voters since July. Now, I want you all to think about
his approval rating for the economy is going down.
My wife just spent $500 at the commissary. At the commissary.
Jeez.
Like,
at the commissary. Let that sink in. People.
Groceries used to be way cheaper at the commissary.
Commissary is all about going to find the cheaper prices for the same goods.
That's
insane. Why we would go to the commissary over going to shop off base. But
it really doesn't feel like it's much of a benefit like it used to be.
No, it's the same, and in some instances a little bit higher.
But it's like we go because we don't want to lose the commissary, not just for us, but, the soldiers on base too.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to have to go out to Walmart instead of just handling their stuff on base.
Exactly.
But, so I don't even know what to say about that. You white Americans need to wake the fuck up. This dude is a convicted felon, business fraud, and since July has done nothing but lie, cheat, and steal, talk about how he was going to end all the wars. Hey, I got news for you. Russia just bombed Poland with some freaking drones. And Donald Trump's best response was, well, I'm not real happy about that. So, again, he just lets Putin shit all over him and does nothing.
Again.
And you think this is the guy? You think this is the alpha male that you guys keep making weird AI photos looking like Rocky? Like, dude, come on. You
Yeah.
people are so lost in the sauce. I don't know what to say anymore. Donald Trump is literally been a business fraud since the 70s and 80s. And you think sometime in the last 30 years, he somehow grew a fucking conscience and cares about your retirement, 401k, your house, your family, if you can feed them, your car, all of it? No, he doesn't give a shit. He would sell you, his mother, his father, everybody for a fucking $100 bill and a gold toilet. So wake up. Stop supporting this guy.
That's it. I like what a professor at the University of St. Louis said about this. He said this current shift in approval rating for President Trump from negative to positive, particularly among demographic group white voters, could also be reflective of potentially far more troubling trend, increasingly toward greater divisiveness and tensions among different demographic groups within our population based on race, ethnicity, and an expansion and deepening of racially motivated polarization being experienced among our population in general. That was the point.
Translation, white people like the fact that they are becoming the superior race.
That was the point behind it all. And I talked about this a little bit earlier. We got to get to a point where we're depolarizing. I talked about it all weekend at the forum and the panel discussion that I did with the young Dems of Georgia. How we start turning down the temperature, turning down the polarization, getting back to seeing each other as human. But it's hard when you look at a guy like Donald Trump and you can say, yeah, he's doing it all right. He's, him and the Republican Party,
I don't
they're
know how to
dividing
reach
us.
that person.
But this works for me.
Yeah. I don't know how to reach that person right now.
When you've got more people saying, yeah, he sucks on the economy, even though that's what he ran on, making things cheaper for you on day one. And he didn't do that in his first administration. And you wanted to give him another chance because Biden was old. Well, fucking Trump is old.
Biden was getting the job done. Or his administration was. Yeah. Real quick though, where can people find that panel that you did with Young Dems of Georgia?
It's on their Instagram page, just Young Democrats of Georgia, Young Democrats of GA .org or .com. I can't remember what they're. Check that out. I don't know if it's on their website yet, but look on their Facebook page, Young Democrats of Georgia, Young Democrats of Georgia on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll find some.
And give them a follow too. We keep talking about we need young people involved in politics. Well, these young people are out. They're making these accounts. They're caring. So the least we can do, as the elders, is at least follow their accounts and amplify them, when they're getting it right. So.
No, absolutely. And that's one of the things I do. I sponsored that event, my pack, Hold the Line Pack. You can check us out at holdthelinepack.org. We help sponsor because I'm all about the next generation of democratic leaderships. We got to get these guys ready to come in and lead. And, there's a lot of I'm going to call them up and coming stars right now in the Young Democrats of Georgia. So, stay tuned. These guys will be in leadership soon enough. So
we need to listen to them too. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely.
Yeah, we need to listen to what they're saying because I've seen so many, it's sad that they're young people to me now, but these young people coming out and they're just so wise with what they're saying. They're so well spoken. You can tell that they put time into, their public comment. And that just shows that they are engaged and they plan on fighting. So, again, we can't just focus on the now. We got to focus on, years from now as well. So,
absolutely. I'm 50. I'm a Gen Xer. So
I'm an elder millennial.
They've got so many tools available to them that I didn't have available to me coming up, and they're using them wisely.
Yeah.
So, I'm constantly impressed by a lot of the young Democrats and, these kids that are how they're getting engaged.
Oh man, so good.
When I was thinking about, I was engaged. I was running real world missions at 21 years old in the Army.
Did that different type of engagement, brother.
Different type of engagement. So.
No, man. So that's awesome. I'm glad you brought them up. So I want to move on to what is probably going to be the hottest topic of the show today, which is the Department of War declaration. I want to start with a little context here. So for those of you who may not have heard, Donald Trump signed an executive order making the Department of Defense into the Department of War. Now, of course,
Yes.
that requires Congress approval.
It's a congressional.
Okay, and
it requires an act of
exactly.
Congress.
So he can't
because the Pentagon required an act of Congress to be created.
Exactly.
So let's start there. But I'm sorry.
Great context. So for those of you who maybe like me, I didn't know this. I should have, but the Department of Defense was the Department of War up until 1947. And then they decided to transition it into a more encompassing Department of Defense, which brought in all of the branches, and they started working towards more of a peace-seeking, but if we have to come drop warheads on foreheads, we're going to do it kind of organization.
It was to bring all the departments together.
And continuity,
well,
all that kind of stuff.
The Marine Corps, Air Force, and the Navy.
So when Congress did that in 1947. Now he wants to bring back the Department of War. And this is the guy who ran an entire campaign on, I'm going to stop all the wars. Whether he said it, day one, day 180, whatever, he hasn't accomplished it. And more importantly, he's made us look even weaker than we were under Biden or Obama. And probably most importantly, this is going to cost us taxpayers an estimated $1 billion plus. Now, some of you might be asking yourselves,
that's probably just to change the letterhead for everything.
I was just about to say, some of you may be asking yourselves why it would cost $1 billion just to change the name of something. And if you saw the day that they did this, you would have seen the white skinhead looking gentleman scraping off the Department of Defense off the wall and Secretary of Defense, and so they could change it, the big lettering on the walls. All of that takes money. So all of the departments worldwide have to change their letterheads, their lettering on buildings, whatever it is. Everything needs to be changed. It is a massive undertaking and job. And the question is why? Why are we wasting this money? Like we talk about Doge. This is literally going to spend.
You probably can't see it on my deal, but I have, United States Army, Department of Defense. You have to change all of those things out. Get rid of all those flags, get new flags.
Oh, I forgot about the flags.
Take all of those,
oh my God,
logos off the buildings. It's a lot. It's a lot. And think about how many buildings the Pentagon owns worldwide. Worldwide, on ships, on everything.
Now,
all new flags because DOD is represented.
Oh, these are so bad, so bad.
Yeah,
Keith's trying to kill me today. But I wanted the reason we told you that is because he can't just sign an executive order changing the name. Okay, so despite the order, that means the name change won't actually be official. It is going to be considered a secondary title.
Secondary title.
So they're scraping shit off the walls and everything, but they aren't technically changing it because they don't have the fucking power to.
It's illegal. So, law by fiat declaration, Trump's dumb executive orders, even though they're illegal and, they know they play the long game. It'll go through the courts. And by the time it goes through the courts, gets to the Supreme Court, they'll say something stupid like, hey, he can do whatever he wants to do. He's the president. They wouldn't have said that about Obama or Biden.
Never.
In fact, they didn't.
So, it's just, again, as two veterans, it's really tough to watch this. The weaponization and politicization of the entire military, watching them get deployed into cities like Chicago, Yeah, it's just insanity. And to see that, to me, this is a sign of escalation. I don't know
Oh,
how you could
absolutely.
interpret it. Like, yeah, it's a political red meat move, for his base, but at the same time, worldwide, if you're a leader of another country, especially ones that aren't our ally, I don't know how you would take that other than these people are getting ready to come declare war on somebody.
Well, I mean, if you look at the little party that Trump wasn't invited to with Putin, Xi Jinping, and Modi, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know
Yep.
right there. It's either A, they know that they have played him so much and stroked his ego that now their true plans to start taking over and getting some of the power that is vested in the US and in the dollar and in our economy over to their side, or they're just like, this guy's dangerous. We've created a monster. So let's be
Yeah.
ready for when, you know.
And again, I think these are a lot of trial balloons going on. What can they get away with? Just like the drones just drifting over into Poland's airspace, they know what they're doing. They're testing everything to see what they can get away with. And we all just need to stay vigilant and pay attention.
Which I love NATO's response to that. And people may say that's a huge escalation and we're one step away from being in a world war. But, guys, we were screaming this from the top of our lungs when we were saying support Ukraine because Putin's next move is going to be in Poland.
Tell them.
And that's not on our
Tell
doorsteps.
them.
That's a NATO country.
It's happening exactly the way a lot of us said. You can call us libs, you can call us.
An attack on one, it's an attack on all. I mean, Article 5's only been invoked once by us after 9/11. So,
And that's probably the other most disappointing thing happening is all of the people, all of the countries that stepped up, after 9/11. And, even in the face of questionable intel, and to see us pretty much burn those bridges, and more importantly, not
Trump burned those
fair,
bridges.
but unfortunately, it's our bridge. So we really are at a point where we're losing a lot of our allies that we have built over decades, and it's happening quick. And I personally think it's all part of the plan to isolate us.
To destroy the New World
Yep.
Order. And
So again, y'all, pay attention. And what I also need you to pay attention to is we've got ICE swooping into Hyundai factories and arresting 475 immigrants that were suspected of living and working in the U.S. illegally.
Right here in Georgia. Right.
So give it to me, man. What are your thoughts?
Now, first of all, this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, let's just take it from an economic standpoint. This neighborhood down in Georgia where they're building this Hyundai plant, that's going to be part of one of Kemp's signature pieces of legislation, bringing in for the electric vehicles, the batteries that we're doing here in Georgia for the electric vehicles. I mean, there's so much. I think it's 8,500 jobs that are now at stake because Koreans are pissed. And I think this all got started with some Marjorie Taylor Greene wannabe down in South Georgia who was complaining to ICE about immigrants working here in Georgia illegally. Well, these are South Koreans who come over to train Americans and help build these plants so that you can create jobs for Americans right here in Georgia. These huge auto plants that get built in these in our cities, whether it's BMW or Audi or Hyundai or whatever have you, they send their people, or Hyundai even from Japan, they send their people over to help us get those set up. And that's what a lot of those people are doing. South Korea is rightfully upset about this right now. And I think this may have a negative impact on those jobs and industry coming here to Georgia. let alone the United States from overseas. So I see you over there, Ron. Did you just get some news that I just missed
sent
while
it
I
to
was
your
talking?
phone.
There's an
Yeah,
update
I've been waiting, but
for me to shut up.
holy shit, guys! If this video is real, Charlie Kirk didn't make it.
All right, let me go ahead and take a look at this.
They're saying it's from multiple. They've got multiple angles.
Yeah, if that's real, he's
There's no way he made it.
I'm not gonna speculate right now.
But multiple people are posting it. People that
continue to update the news page.
Holy shit!
It hasn't said anything. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, if that's real, holy shit. It's hard to know with AI these days, but that looks pretty real.
I don't know. I don't even know if we should.
No, I'm not. No, we're not showing that.
It's pretty gruesome. It's pretty graphic.
Yeah, we're not going to show that on air, guys.
Yeah, but there hasn't been an update.
Oh wow.
Guys,
it's so bad. Like it's got me shaking. Yeah, it's everywhere. If you guys want to see the video, it's everywhere on Instagram.
Yeah. Let's not post that here. Yeah, still no update on whether or not he survived that. Yeah, that's tough. And this could be pretty bad. As far as a response, we'll wait and see how politicians are.
Oh, that's real. Oh fuck.
It's
fuck.
Unfortunately, I've seen things like that. So
it's not official, guys, but
yeah. I mean, you hate to
yeah,
see that.
No, I kind of wish I hadn't, honestly.
Yeah, the point blank range.
Yep.
A headshot.
That's right. Yeah, pretty much a headshot.
Yeah.
Right in the neck.
So yeah.
Sorry to his family and kids. Like I said, I had no love for Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to sit here and say that I did or do.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's not official. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say I like the guy. I didn't. But like I said, I'm a human first, and he was a father, and yeah.
We'll take the high ground at this point. It's
the only way to go with something like that. Oh fuck, man, that kind of
puts a damper on the show. I mean,
for real. I'm looking. I was like, what else do we want to talk about?
Now I worry about what happens next.
Because this is such a
type thing. If he doesn't make it, that makes him a martyr. And how are right-wing nuts going to respond to that? That's the world we're living in. It's polarized as we are right now.
And I hate to say this.
Exactly what I've been talking about for the last however long. We've got to depolarize things, and this doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
Especially in the wake of the stabbing on the train in Charlotte, the Ukrainian young lady who, was sitting there minding her own business and got stabbed by.
Is this really the America we want?
It is not. It is not.
Seriously, guys, whether you like this guy or not, whether he makes it or not, is this really the America that we want? It's not the America that I fucking want. I don't want to have to worry about Marcus every time he goes out and does a fucking speaking engagement.
No. I mean, and then
I don't want to have to worry about myself every time I go out with my kids because somebody doesn't like what I say online. Exactly. Like at the end of the day, guys, we're fighting over what we post online. It's a fucking joke.
It really is.
It's a fucking joke. You're like, yeah, he said some disgusting shit. But at the end of the day, if we live in America and you believe in free speech, he didn't technically do anything wrong.
No.
Well.
Purveyor of hate sometimes.
Okay,
yes,
question.
But
fair.
He's got the right to say it.
He's got the right to say
You
it.
and I defended his right to say it
Exactly.
when he swore that oath.
Better way to put it. Thank you.
However, what I'm more afraid of, not just people and how they're going to respond, is will this administration use this as an impetus to do something really, really beyond the pale? And I don't even want to say what. I'm not even going to say the M word.
Look at what they did with using Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah.
Now imagine what they're going to do with this.
We'll see what they declare.
Ashley Babbitt was breaking into a fucking building where, they were trying to go after people in Congress.
They were going after lawmakers.
Charlie Kirk was sitting in front of, 300 or 400 people having a discussion.
Yeah.
So imagine what they're going to do with that.
Again, let's wait and see how this pans out. But based on what I just saw, yeah.
Another fucked up day in America, guys.
Yeah. Let me look at all of these updates.
It's everywhere. CNN.
They're just
he was hit with a rifle from 200 yards. Fuck.
It looked like there was someone right in front of him in the crowd, but maybe
it don't look like he was even 200 yards away.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
fuck, man.
Still nothing. It's just saying that he was shot.
I mean, looking at that video,
they possibly he could have survived it.
I mean, there are a lot of people there. I mean, I guess if they got it compounded, maybe. Yeah. But dude, all the arteries that are right here.
Yeah.
Like it literally, guys. Like I said, if you want to go see the video, it's all over the internet already. I see it everywhere. But for those who maybe just want a little description, it looks like it hit him somewhere right here, and yeah, like it's a lot.
It looked like a lot of blood, but
it hit an artery. It hit a main artery.
Yeah. So.
Well, speaking of a main artery of our country,
she updated us that Charlie Kirk is in critical condition per law enforcement. Thanks for that update, Nova.
Thanks, Nova.
It's just that he was shot. So,
fuck, guys.
There.
So let's end it on. I'm going to end it on the SCOTUS, and then we'll tell people about some things going on. So the Supreme Court of the United States has decided that they're going to hear a case directly related to Trump's tariffs. So some context, lower courts have, what's that?
They couldn't wait.
No.
They just had to take this up.
Yep. It's going to be, I think, November, November 1st or something. So they're rushing this through. They're going to take this up because Trump has appealed it all the way up to them, of course, because every lower court has said that what he's doing is not legal, that he needs to have Congress approve a lot of this crap. And he's going to take it up to the Supreme Court, which we all know that he owns. And they'll probably side with him and we'll all get screwed.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, their lightning fast timetable to get this in front of them, just.
It doesn't bode well in my eyes.
How they're, talking about these appeals court, the lower courts, and, how they can't stop things. And, it just seems that they are bending over backwards.
Yeah.
To break it. They're bending over backwards to break it, to give this guy everything he wants so that he continue his march towards authoritarianism. I mean, I have no faith whatsoever in this court. It is an activist court. It's bought and paid for.
Oh, for sure.
I hate to disparage a branch of our government, but man.
But it's valid. You know what I'm saying?
How do you argue it? I mean, it's,
I don't know how
money pouring in from the Federalist Society and people like that, Leonard Leos of the world, all of these billionaires who are taking our justices on vacations and buying the homes and things like that. I mean, How can you not view it that way?
Exactly.
I mean,
And then look at the
strikes. Sorry.
No, you're fine. And then look at the policy shifts, right? Like if we go back and look at their confirmation hearings and what they said about things like Roe v. Wade. Oh, it's settled case law.
Already
No,
decides this. This is precedent. It's settled law.
what was it? 6 months after they got in?
They couldn't wait.
Once they got the final lineup? Yeah.
Couldn't wait to do it. We were just kidding in our confirmation hearings.
And then saying, oh, it's state rights. Where are state rights right now? They're sending military into cities and states that don't want it.
Exactly. But this is, this is that national thing. I mean, and when you start talking about states' rights, I just get really, really antsy because there were states who wanted their rights to have slaves.
Yep. Yeah.
So what about federal law that governs us all?
I will say that it has been impressive to watch Donald Trump bring the gangs of Chicago and LA together so that for them to all stand together and go, yeah, you can come here if you want. We don't recommend it, but you can come if you want.
Yeah.
Like you're bringing together people that hate each other and they're like, we hate you guys more though.
Maybe they'll come together and say, we're going to stop all the violence. And it's not because of you guys, but it's because we see that things are
what
out
it's
of
doing.
Control, and this is what the people want. And we'll settle these differences or beefs or whatever you want to call them amicably.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm living.
That would be nice.
That would be nice, but
yeah. So with that, let's leave people with some things that they can do. And before we do, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Especially, I know we missed a few weeks. Marcus and I had things we had to take care of, but we're back, and so we'll be here every Wednesday for a while till the next dilemma happens. But please, subscribe, spread the word, share these episodes with your friends. Let them know that you found two people that actually care about our country and are willing to use facts instead of feelings. A little bit of feelings, but more facts. And have them to come support us. And a special shout out to our paid subscribers. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you for helping us with our overhead here. Greatly appreciate you. And we would love also to hear from you guys in the comments. Who would you like us to bring on the show? Who would you like us to interview? Who would you like us to put in the spotlight? We've talked a lot about why we started doing this show. And as Marcus says, every show, it's about building up the pipeline of liberals and Democrats and getting good people in the pipeline to be the next leaders and make sure that they have the tools that they need to be successful. And that's what we want to do. So send us names. We want to meet people and give them our microphone for a little bit and let them promote themselves. That's part of what we do on this show. So you got anything, brother?
I don't have anything else. We're going to keep following this breaking news right now. So.
Yeah. And again, just if you kind of tuned in the last few minutes, Charlie Kirk, right-wing podcaster and person, was shot at a university in Utah today. The videos circulating look pretty bad. It's the law enforcement saying he's in critical condition at the moment. Those are all the updates all the official updates that we have. So keep his kids and his family in your prayers. Like I said, at the end of the day, we've got to draw the line somewhere, and this is where I personally draw the line. Dude was just having a conversation. I may not agree with pretty much anything the man says, but dude was just sitting in front of people having a conversation, and to see that go down like that is very disappointing and shocking, to be God honest with you.
Yeah, there's no room for violence in our political discourse, and especially not extreme violence.
Nope. So with that, guys, make sure you tune in next week. Keep up with this Charlie Kirk thing for updates. I know it's going to be the talk of the news for the next few days, no matter what the outcome is. So most importantly, please stay safe out there. If your spidey senses are going off and you're in public, leave. It ain't freaking worth it. Your body senses things. Listen.
Listen to it.
Yep. And with that, I'll leave you as I always do with much love. Keep fighting, and please stay safe out there.
All right. God bless you all. Good night.